This fanfiction is only for entertainment purposes, so please don't take it seriously and don't be offended. It's just a story made out of imagination, so it doesn't define any character in real life. I hope you'll enjoy the story and leave positive comments without hating the author and character. I don't own any pictures, but the storylines are completely mine. I will do voiceovers so you can mute it if you want. Hope you will like the video. The soft rustling sound of pages flipping echoed in the quiet bedroom. You sat on the edge of the bed, wrapped in a soft white bathrobe, your damp hair falling lazily over your shoulder. Your eyes were fixed on the book in your hand, but your mind was not really there. Your body was calm, but your heart, somewhere deep inside, felt strange, restless. Just then, the door creaked open. Jungkook stepped in. His steps were slow, uneven, and heavy. His hair was messy, and his shirt was half tucked in. His eyes looked a little glossy, red at the corners. You didn't even lift your head completely. Just a small glance. Quick. Cold. And then back to your book. Of course, he noticed that. He stood there, wobbling slightly like a kid trying hard not to trip over his own feet. Still, he kept his back straight like a disciplined soldier. He was your bodyguard once, now your husband. Your mother's last request for you is to marry him. A husband you had warned. Maintain your distance. We may be married, but I don't want anything from this marriage. And he had respected that, like a gentleman. Even now, in his drunk state, he didn't walk towards you. Instead, he just stood near the door and spoke slowly, voice slightly slurred. Jungkook, I didn't want to drink, I swear. But Hyung said it's a celebration drink, and you know I can't say no to him. I swear I only had, maybe, 4 shots, or 10. Wait, no, it was 6. I think. He scratched the back of his neck, looking confused like a kid caught stealing candies. You just hummed. When, You didn't even look at him. Didn't even comment on his terrible math. But inside, your lips twitched a little. Almost a smile. He stood there in silence for a moment, then suddenly stepped back and sat down on the floor. Yes, the floor. Right there by the door. Jungkook, pouting slightly, don't worry. I'll sleep here. Far from your royal highness. Safe distance. 4 feet and 2 inches. You looked up, raising an eyebrow. When, sarcastically, oh? So the alcohol didn't kill your measuring skills. Impressive. He chuckled, eyes slightly closed now. His head rested against the wall. The smile on his lips wasn't flirty. It was just soft, honest. Jungkook, I promised I'll follow your rules, didn't I? I'm drunk. Not disrespectful. Your hand slowly lowered the book. You looked at him properly this time. His broad shoulders were slumped. His body was tired. But his eyes, even half closed, looked at you like you were the most precious thing in the room, not with lust, not with desire, just care. You swallowed slowly, feeling something strange stir inside you. Guilt? Warmth? You didn't know. A full minute passed. Then he spoke again, eyes still closed. Jungkook, you're the only person who doesn't scream at me when I mess up. That's new. Nice, actually. You didn't know what to say. You didn't even realize you were staring at him for too long. Then he added in a soft, teasing tone. Jungkook, don't fall for me though. I'm dangerous when I'm charming. That made you snort. You, please. If I ever fall for you, I'll personally check myself into a hospital. He smiled sleepily. But inside your chest, something shifted. You didn't realize it yet. But your walls, those strong, cold iron walls, were starting to crack. And the man sleeping on your bedroom floor, respecting your distance with drunken cuteness. He was the one shaking them. You sighed, placing the book aside. The sight in front of you is strange. Jungkook, a trained bodyguard. A man built like danger, sleeping like a stubborn puppy on the floor. His head leaned against the wall. His knees pulled up a bit. Arms folded across his chest. Like he was pretending he was totally okay, even though the cold marble floor was clearly not comfortable. You stared at him for a moment. He didn't complain. Not once. Still keeping that safe distance you ordered 1 week ago. Man, that stupid line he just said, don't fall for me though. I'm dangerous when I'm charming. TCH, annoying man. Still, he made you smile. You folded your arms and finally said in a dry voice, "Wen, stop pretending to be a floor mat. Come sleep on the bed." He didn't move for a second. Then one eye opened, like a lazy cat. Jungkook, grinning, "Oh. My queen finally noticed her knight dying on the battlefield." Wen, rolling your eyes, "I'll push you out of the window." Jungkook, hands up dramatically, Okay. I'm coming. I swear, you're so violent for someone who smells like vanilla shampoo." You looked away, slightly embarrassed. He noticed your shampoo scent? He stood up, wobbling a little, then carefully walked to the other side of the bed and slid under the blanket, far from you. Literally hugging the edge of the mattress like it was his lifeline. Jungkook, safe zone activated. No touching. No breathing loudly. No heartbeat allowed. Wen, dryly, "Good. Because if you cross the line, I'll suffocate you with a pillow." Jungkook, giggling softly, "Hot." You blinked. Did he just say hot? You glared at him, but he quickly turned to the side, his back now facing you, his shoulders shaking as he tried to muffle his laugh under the blanket. You hated that you wanted to laugh too. A few minutes passed, the room went quiet again. Except your eyes were still open, and they were on him. You didn't know why, but you kept watching him. His face, it looked younger while he slept. Softer. His long lashes rested on his cheeks. His lips slightly parted. He looked peaceful. Warm. Safe. Something about him made your heart ache quietly. Was it guilt for being so cold to him? Or was it something else? Your fingers curled slightly against the blanket. Your lips pressed together. You didn't want to admit it. But you liked him here in your bed, in your space. Still keeping his distance. But somehow, pulling you closer with every breath. Then it happened. You saw his lips move. A little smile formed. Just a soft curve, like he knew you were staring. Your breath hitched. He was awake. But he didn't open his eyes. Just smiled and stayed still. And that small smile said more than 1,000 words. Your wall cracked a little more. You just lay down back facing him with your heartbeat fastened. Days were passing peacefully, surprisingly peacefully. Jungkook never crossed the line. But he always managed to come close enough to touch your heart without even trying. Like when he burnt toast and brought it to you with a sad puppy face. Or when he folded your laundry wrong, but added sticky notes on each shirt saying, "You'll still look hot in it." Or the way he whispered, "Good night," every night from his side of the bed, even though he knew you never replied. You still kept your walls up, but tiny cracks had started to appear. And today, you were the one smiling secretly. You reached home early. A small box in your bag. A new watch. Limited edition. Black leather strap. Sleek dial. You spent 3 hours choosing it. You found out, through your other bodyguards, that Jungkook loved collecting watches. He never told you, of course. But you heard how his eyes would light up every time he saw a new model in magazines or store windows. But did he know you noticed? No. And you weren't going to tell him either. You planned to act casual. Maybe say, "Oh, this was lying around. You can have it if you want. But your heart. It was already dancing at the thought of seeing his face when he opened it. You stepped inside the mansion, heels clicking softly on the marble floor. But then you froze. Your eyes widened. In the middle of the hall stood Jungkook. Soaked, not in water, in orange juice. Sticky liquid dripping down his shirt. His black t-shirt clinging to his sculpted chest. His jaw clenched, but he didn't say a word. His fists were tight. His eyes were cold, but quiet. And across from him, sitting on the royal couch like she owned the world, was her. Your headmaid's daughter with 2 of her bratty friends beside her. All of them laughing. Her, mocking tone, look at him. Poor bodyguard got too sweaty protecting madam, so I helped him cool off. Friend 1. He looks hot even dripping in juice. Wonder what else he drips in. Friend 2, giggling, maybe she keeps him for night security too, huh? The girl walked up to him. Her, licking lips, "You're too handsome to be working under her. Wanna come work under me instead? I'll give you a better salary, and better benefits." She reached out to touch him. He stepped back quickly, disgusted. But before he could say anything, smack, the loud sound echoed across the mansion. Your hand. On her face. Everyone froze, even Jungkook. His eyes snapped to you. And for the first time, you didn't look cold. You looked furious. Wyan, coldly, touch him again, and I'll break your hand. Her eyes filled with tears, not from pain, but from shock. Just then, your father and the head maid came out from the storeroom. Head maid, dramatic voice, Mr. Lee. Your daughter hit my child for no reason. Your father, shouting, Wyan, have you lost your mind? Is this how you treat people under my roof? You turned slowly. Eyes calm. Voice colder than ever. Wyan, bitter chuckle, your roof? No, Mr. Lee. This house, this business, this empire belongs to me now. Remember? My mom signed everything to me the day she died. He glared. But you didn't stop. Wyan, harshly, I'm not my mother. I don't suffer silently. I don't pretend to be blind. I don't stay quiet while you bring your illegitimate daughter into this house and let her insult my husband. Everyone gasped. Even the maid. You walked forward. Wyan, low, sharp voice, she's not allowed here anymore. Neither are you. Your father opened his mouth again, but you turned around before he could speak. You snapped your fingers toward your guards. Wyan, firmly, throw them out. All of them. I don't care if they cry, scream, or threaten. No one disrespects my husband in my house. The guards moved forward immediately. Screams. Shouts. Begging. All echoed. You didn't care. You didn't even look back. Because you turned to Jungkook. His eyes were wide. Soft. Shaken. You reached out. Your fingers slipped into the sticky ones. Wyan, quietly, come. You need a shower. You walked ahead, pulling him gently behind you. He followed without a word, eyes never leaving your face. In that moment, he wasn't just your bodyguard. He wasn't just your husband by a last wish. He was the first man who made your heart break its silence. He was the first man you defended, and for the first time in his life, someone chose him in front of the whole world. You pulled Jungkook into the bedroom without saying a word. The air between you was heavy, not awkward, but charged. Every step echoed with your anger, and something else. A flutter. A storm. You let go of his hand only when you reached the wardrobe. Your hands moved quickly, pulling out one of his shirts and a fresh pair of joggers. You tossed them on the bed sharply, still mumbling under your breath. Wyan, gritting your teeth, unbelievable. Standing there like a statue. Juice dripping from your hair like some sad shampoo ad model. Not a word. Not a glare. Not even a stay away when she tried to touch you. Behind you, you heard a quiet chuckle. Low. Rough. And adorably dangerous. You turned sharply, your eyes narrowed. He was standing there, dripping wet, his hands behind his back like an innocent schoolboy. His eyes were shining with amusement. Jungkook, grinning, you were jealous. Wyan, throwing the towel at his face, shut up. You stepped toward him angrily and jabbed a finger at his chest. Wyan, you're my husband now. I don't care how new this marriage is or what we agreed before. But no one, and I mean no one, gets to disrespect you like that. Not in your own house. Not when you're mine. Your voice cracked slightly on that last word. Mine. He stared at you. The way your brows were furrowed, your eyes burning with rage, all for him. Something in his heart melted. He didn't move. Still standing there. But his voice softened. Jungkook, gently, hey. I didn't want to make a scene. You looked tired. I thought you wouldn't want drama the moment you stepped in. Wyan, coldly, that's not how you explain to people. At least not from this far. Your lips trembled. Wyan, a little louder, frustrated, if you really want to explain me something, then come closer. The second the words left your mouth, your eyes widened. Your heart stopped for a second, then started racing like crazy. You didn't mean to say that. But it was too late. He moved, slowly, deliberately. He walked to you. 1 step. 2 steps. 3. Now he stood so close, you could feel the heat radiating from his skin. The juice on his shirt had dried a little, but the scent of oranges and his natural cologne mixed, and hit you hard. He bent slightly, lowering his head to your level. His lips near your ear. Jungkook, whispering, "Is this close enough? Yeah, should I keep going?" Your breath hitched. You looked away immediately, your ears turning red. Won quietly eye you, "You're all sticky. Go shower." He smirked. Slowly, shamelessly. Jungkook, teasingly, "You're the one who asked me to come closer." Now suddenly acting like a shy kitten. His fingers hovered near your cheek. He didn't touch you, but the nearness was intoxicating. Jungkook, voice low and hot, "You know, for someone who keeps saying she doesn't care, you protect me like a lioness." You looked so angry. So fierce. Honestly. He leaned closer, eyes locked on your lips. Jungkook, it was hot. Made me want to get in trouble again. Your eyes widened again as you shoved the clothes at his chest. Wyan rushed change. "Now. Go shower." He held the clothes but didn't move. Instead, he pouted. Jungkook, I thought you were gonna wash me. Isn't that what loving wives do?" You pushed him, this time literally, towards the bathroom. Wyan, rolling your eyes, "Keep dreaming, Romeo." Jungkook, laughing as he walked, "Fine, but if I slip in the shower, it'll be your fault. Might need you to give me mouth-to-mouth rescue." Wyan, yelling after him, "I'll rescue you with a mop, Jungkook." He winked before closing the door. The room fell silent. You stood there for a moment, your hand still stretched from pushing him. And then you sighed. Your body slowly moved back to the bed. You sat down quietly, your heart still racing. You were never this close before. Not physically. Not emotionally. That warmth. That teasing grin. The way he looked at you like you were his entire world. Your fingers touched your cheek. It was still warm. You glanced at the bathroom door, where steam had started to creep from beneath. And, without realizing it, you smiled. Not because he teased you, but because for the first time ever, you weren't scared of being seen. You were scared of how safe it felt. The door creaked open. Steam drifted out from the bathroom like a slow cloud. And then Jungkook stepped out. Hair still wet, sticking to his forehead. Water droplets running down his bare chest and collarbones. A fresh white towel wrapped low around his waist, clinging to his hips just enough to make your breath hitch. You instantly looked away. Too late. He saw it. Jungkook, grinning, "Eyes up here, Mrs. John." You clenched your jaw, pretending to scroll through your phone, even though the screen was black. Wyan, coldly, shameless. Jungkook, teasingly, as he walked to the wardrobe, "Not my fault you married a handsome man." You didn't respond. Mostly because your brain had short-circuited. You put his clothes back in wardrobe after pushing him inside the washroom, that's why he's taking them back. He pulled out a t-shirt slowly, letting his muscles flex just a little more than necessary. Then he looked over his shoulder. Jungkook, still angry at me? Or do I need to walk around like this for a few more minutes to calm you down? Wyan, snapping, "Put on your damn clothes, Jungkook." Jungkook, pouting, "You really are the cold CEO everyone talks about." He turned toward you, shirt in hand, walking slowly, still only in that towel. You swallowed. He stopped right in front of you, bent slightly. Jungkook, voice softer now, "But you weren't cold today. Not when you stood up for me. Not when you held my hand. Not when you called me yours." Your eyes finally met his. He was serious now. No teasing. No jokes. Just a boy looking at a girl who saved his pride in front of the world. Your heart thudded in your chest. Wyan, quietly, "Don't make me regret it." He smiled. Jungkook, too late. I'm already planning to fall harder. You stared. One more second and you would have actually kissed him, but you didn't. You looked away, standing up quickly. Wyan, rushed, "Just go change, idiot." He chuckled, heading back to the wardrobe to put on his clothes. But you didn't miss how his eyes lingered on you one last time before he walked away. Later that night, the room was dark now, lit only by the soft glow of the side lamp. You were already lying on the bed, facing away from him. Jungkook had finished changing and quietly slipped under the blanket, still keeping a respectable distance, just like always. But something about the silence tonight felt different. Heavy, but comforting. After a few minutes, his voice broke the quiet. Jungkook, gently, "Do you ever wonder why your mom stayed?" You didn't reply for a while. Then, quietly, Won, because she loved a man who didn't deserve her. Jungkook, and you think I'll be like him? You stayed silent again. Not because he was wrong, but because he was right. Won, barely above a whisper, I don't believe in love anymore. Jungkook, softly, then believe in respect. I'll start with that. You turned slowly. Your eyes met in the dim light. His face was close. Not too close, but closer than usual. And he wasn't smiling. He looked like a man who had nothing to prove but everything to offer. Jungkook, I won't force you to fall for me, Won. But I'll protect you, care for you, like it's the only job I have left in this world. Your heart cracked again. This time, deeper. You blinked a few times and turned back, your back now facing him again. But you scooted, slightly back. Just enough for your shoulder to touch his arm. He noticed, but didn't say anything. Until Jungkook, smirking slightly, so, was that you initiating our first cuddle, or did your back just slip? You rolled your eyes in the dark. Won, if you say one more word, I swear I'll smother you with this pillow. Jungkook, laughing quietly, at least let me die this close to you. You bit your lip, smiling into the pillow. For the first time ever, you didn't feel alone on this bed. And for the first time, your heart didn't feel so cold anymore. 1 month. One beautiful, surprising, heart-twisting month had passed like a blink. From cold glares and strict boundaries, to soft smiles and stolen glances. From 2 strangers forced into marriage, to 2 souls quietly falling for each other. And tonight? Tonight was proof of how far things had come. Jungkook carried you in his arms as he walked into the mansion, one hand supporting your back and the other under your knees. His tux jacket was gone, shirt slightly wrinkled, and cheeks flushed pink not from alcohol, but from the girl in his arms who was very drunk and very extra. You had your arms loosely looped around his neck, your cheek resting against his chest, mumbling nonsense in the softest, sleepiest voice. Won slurred, you smell so spicy. Like pepper. My little black pepper husband. Jungkook nearly tripped over his own feet. Jungkook, laughing, embarrassed, black pepper? Won, please dash. Won, interrupting, shoo. You're not allowed to talk. Your voice is too sexy. It's illegal at this point. He stared down at you, mouth falling open. Jungkook, yeah. What did they even put in that drink? Truth serum. You giggled like a child, tracing your finger over the buttons on his shirt. Won, I want to press these buttons. Like an elevator. Where do they take me? He looked like he was about to combust. His ears turned red. Then his neck. Then his whole face. Jungkook, groaning, God help me. You're going to kill me with this cuteness. He pushed open your bedroom door with his foot and walked in carefully. The room was dimly lit, smelling faintly of lavender. The bed looked so soft, and all he wanted was to tuck you in and run far away from the chaos your flirty self was creating in his chest. But no, you weren't done. The moment he placed you gently on the bed, you tugged on his wrist, refusing to let go. Won, pouting, don't go. Jungkook, softly, I'm not going anywhere. I'll just bring water and change your dress dash. Won, interrupting again, I like you. His heart stopped. Just for a second. Jungkook, blinking wet. Won, giggling softly, you're so cute. And warm. And strong. And you never let go of my hand, even when I pretend I don't need you. He stared. Frozen. No teasing now. No jokes. Just you. Raw. Drunk. Honest. Won, I was scared of love. I saw what it did to my mom. But you. Jungkook, you make it look like safety. Like home. He swallowed hard. His hand slowly reached up to tuck a strand of your hair behind your ear. Jungkook, whispering, you're the first person who made me feel needed. Not as a bodyguard. Not as a husband on paper. But as me. Your eyes blinked lazily at him. A small smile formed on your lips. Y/N. So, does that mean you like me back, Mr. Black Pepper? He laughed quietly, the most beautiful laugh you'd ever heard. He nodded. Jungkook, yeah, I do. I think I love you. You squealed softly and grabbed his arm, pulling him toward the bed again. Won, then cuddle me. I'm cold. He froze. Jungkook, hesitating, Won, you're drunk. And cuddling is dangerous with you in this state. What if you attack me in my sleep? You glared, then whined like a toddler. Won, pouting, cuddle me. Please. Please, please, please. Or I'll cry. He exhaled. Jungkook, giving up, okay. Fine. But no elevator button pressing, alright? You giggled again as he climbed into bed and carefully slid under the blanket beside you. He stayed stiff at first, like a soldier reporting for duty. You rolled your eyes, grabbed his arm, and placed it around your waist. When? This is how cuddles work, stupid. His hand tightened gently, pulling you closer. Your head rested against his chest again, but this time sober or not it felt like home. Jungkook, whispering, you smell like strawberries. Wyan, you smell like danger and cinnamon. He chuckled again. Wyan, softly. I love you, Jungkook. There was no slur this time. Just honesty. He kissed the top of your head. Jungkook, whispering, I love you more, Wyan. Always will. Silence fell. But this time, it was filled with warmth. His arms around you. Your fingers tangled in his shirt. Hearts beating in sync. Breath steady. Safe. Content. And that night, for the first time in your life, you didn't dream of fear. You didn't wake up cold. You didn't hide your heart. Because your black pepper husband was right there, holding it in his arms. Sparkles revolving hearts, the end revolving heart sparkles.